Hi artists, today we're gonna make an Indian shadow puppet, and I'm gonna sketch mine out first before I cut it out. But you're gonna need colored pencil, black paper, scissors. I've got a stick here for it and some Scotch tape, and it could be a person or an animal. I'm gonna do a dragon, I think. So I'm gonna sketch it out. So the body, the head, I kind of want the mouth open like this. And then I've got the neck here. I'll give it wings. You know what? I'm not going to give it wings. I'm going to do like a dinosaur kind of thing. But you can see how messy I'm being with it, because I don't need to be too careful. And the reason for that is we're going to cut this picture out. So we just need the shapes. So there's my eyeball right there. Yeah, there we go. Just a monster. But you could do a person, or it could be any kind of animal. It's up to you. And it's okay to be messy and to make mistakes, because then we're going to cut it out. So I always like to turn the paper when I cut. I think you get a smoother line that way. It's easier to cut the shapes. Oh, you know what else we could use? I have these cool things called edgers. And they just cut with a pattern. So they're like scissors, but you can see they have like shapes and patterns that they cut. So I could do that for like the back of them. That'd be cool. I'm just going to cut right along like this. And then it'll look like he has spikes on his back or something. And I don't have to cut all those shapes out because the edger did it for me. And you can get different size ones too. I could do that for the teeth. So you can see how I did the teeth right there. My monster dragon creature. And all we're going to see is this side. So I'm going to keep going, cut all this out. Alright, I cut it all out as best I could, and the nice thing is if you accidentally, cut part of it off, you can just tape it back on. Because nobody's going to see the tape or the pencil, they're just going to see the shape on the other side. And if you have a hole, if you want to make a hole in it, you could just use a hole puncher. So I'm going to do that for the eye. So there we go. Now he's got an eye, and I'm all done. So now I can throw my scraps away. I'll throw them away in the garbage can. And this is what it looks like on the other side. And you see how I used edgers for the claws and the teeth and everything, so it looks really cool. I'm going to tape the stick on now, and this is kind of tricky. So we're going to get a pretty long piece of tape, a few inches long. It's hard to see, so it's hard to show you, but I'm just going to put the tape on the end of the stick like that, and then I'm going to fold it over and tape the other end down. Can you see? So just like that. So now I've got this flappy part of tape, and then I can tape this part onto my shadow puppet, and I'm going to tape it onto the side with the pencil. So I'll just put it right in the middle like this, and then I'll put a piece of tape across that flap that I made. And that's so I can move it around with the stick, but my creature or my character is always flat against the table. And I made a bunch of these actually, and they all kind of move like that. So now it hinges like a door, you see? So here's a person shooting a bow and arrow that I made. Here's a bear. Here's a princess. I made a shark. And then I've just got this other, it's like a soldier. So any person or animal. And then, once you have that, you can take it over to the light theater. Alright, so this is just a cardboard box, and I cut some slits in the side, and I left the back open, and there's a light back there. So I can plug this in and switch the light on. And this is how our light theater is going to work. We got to be careful not to poke holes in it. But you could actually make one of these at home too. I use Japanese rice paper for this part because it's really thin, but you could use white tissue paper, you could use parchment paper, you can even use like white fabric for this. So if you want to make one at home, you can. And then once I have that, I can take my shadow puppet that I made with the stick, put it through the slot on the side, and I can just make a show now. And you got to remember to push your shadow puppet against the rice paper. this screen. Because if you hold it out here, it's just gonna be, you won't be able to see anything. But it's nice that we used that tape hinge trick, because now no matter where we put it, you can always press it up against the screen. So you could tell stories. You could have one person over here with one character and one person on the other side, and just have fun with it. Work hard, have fun.